second of my interfacing vlogs. This is my second critical diary vlog. My name is John Garrett, and the subject of this vlog is indiscipline and the exhibition space. The process that I'll be following is as follows. I will first address the reading for this particular subject, including the specification from the module guide and any quotes that I have highlighted from the primary reading. Next, I will discuss the reading and its examples and how I have interpreted them, and finally I will highlight some of my cohorts examples and examine my example and its overlaps and connections. So this is part of the primary reading. I'll read out what's in the module guide. It's titled Undisciplining the Space. This week's session works outwards from the following statement. My real interest has not been in interdisciplinarity so much as in forms of indiscipline, of turbulence or incoherence at the inner or outer boundaries of disciplines. If a discipline is a way of ensuring the continuity of a set of collective practices, technical, social, professional, etc., indiscipline is a moment of breakage or rupture when the continuity is broken and the practice comes into question. That's from Mitchell, W.J.T. Mitchell, Interdisciplinarity and the Visual Culture, The Art of Bulletin 77. The module guide goes on to say, along with this example given by the last year's Liverpool Biennale, our discussion will be drawn on both multidisciplinarity and so-called undisciplined spaces of other exhibitions that you've recently visited. So the idea being that we would talk about a piece of art that we've been to see recently that would fall into this category of the undisciplined or the indisciplined. So here's some further reading from Spector, Bouliard and Deleuze. And following on from that, the following are examples that I've selected from my cohort have selected that we'll take a look at. I won't talk about all of them, so I'll just go through each of them in turn. This one was Emily's example, which is was exhibited in a London gallery. Possibly Tate Britain, which I think was it was a room full of balloons, which we were allowed to walk around inside, quite claustrophobic. This was Ryan's example. This I think was Lucy's example, which was Leonardo Ehrlich swimming pool, which was basically a hole cut in the floor of a gallery with a pool installed into it that you could walk underneath. So basically a sandwiched piece of glass with water in between, and some of the gestures that people make, the video is quite interesting. Some of the gestures that people make are quite interesting, the way that they position themselves underneath. It's interesting that the subconscious makes them do. And this is Plastic Fantastic, which is a kind of alternative art collective, and they use a variety of different mediums all at the same time, so gathering people together to look at videos, do paintings in 3D, sound art and music. This was Emma's example. And this was an example given by Craig, which was the swings that were positioned in the turbine hall at Tate Modern. So lastly, to look at the example I gave, so this is my example of indiscipline in the exhibition space. I'll read the catalogue entry for you. Does God exist? Yes, I do. Is by the Art Povera artist Michelangelo Pistoletto. It was at an exhibition in Blenheim Palace in Oxfordshire in 2016. Pistoletto, this is the catalogue entry. Pistoletto humorously turns the title of God, in speech marks, back on anyone who reads the work. The statement is inclusive, an equaliser of all. The irony is also in the nature of the work. A black pen scribble, like a childlike graffiti, hardly the hand of God. So that's quite interesting, the way that it was positioned in the catalogue. When I was looking at this piece, I became aware of a very loud voice, and a fellow visitor to the exhibition was clearly very upset at being confronted with poverty art and felt cheated that he'd come all this way, open speech marks, to see art, close speech marks. Presumably he was looking for classical, romantic and figurative, but he was confronted with what he called this rubbish and complained to the staff, who tried in vain to convince him of the importance of the exhibition. I think this really demonstrates the indiscipline and the exhibition space, because it demonstrates how contemporary art can make an important social statement simply by where it is shown. And in this case, the turbulence that was created is self-evident by the use created by the use of one of the best known stately homes in the UK. It's a very decadent surroundings that amplified the effect of Pistoletto's art and the message it was giving. Thank you for listening.